I'm Peter Ham with the 4A's Learning Institute team, and I have with me Stephanie Clayson from Mintz Hoke. This is the Learning Institute from the 4A's training subscription plan, where we mix up instructor-led cohorts, which are
Mhm.
allowed two per cohort, along with self-paced, which you have unlimited access to if you sign up for the subscription. Stephanie, Mintz and Hoke have been longtime members of the 4A's. Can you share what sparked the recent focus on training and development inside the agency and what you were hoping to solve when you revisited your approach?
So, over a year ago, the senior leadership team was together, and there was a consensus among all of them that everyone on their teams really wanted to increase the number of trainings and availabilities that we gave to people. In the past, we usually just let employees pick and, find something that seemed to be relevant to what they were looking to either improve on or to learn new, something new for them. And then when you approached me actually and sent me an email about the Learning Institute, it touched on basically every single department, or at least something that everyone in our agency would be interested in learning. So it was basically a no-brainer, and knowing that it would be for the full year, anyone was able to sign up. And I think one of the most intriguing parts was that there were the cohort trainings, but there were also those self-paced trainings. So it gave people the flexibility to do things when it was feasible for their schedule, but then it also held people accountable to have to sign up and to do the trainings that did have that required set date. So it was kind of like it just everything you guys had offered, the span of different trainings, the throughout the year. And if two people wanted to do the same training, they could do it the next few months later. So it just all seemed to add up right when you sent me all of the information about the Learning Institute. And moving
Okay,
forward, our goal actually this coming year is to have everyone attend at least two of the cohorts and one self-paced training, because we heard from everyone in our that did attend them, and everyone has loved all of them.
awesome. That's good to hear. Now, how are you able to hold people accountable?
In the beginning, when we had it, we made sure, so I would actually send out invites and calendar holds. And then when you and Awa got involved, you were able to actually make it very automated. So anyone that was taking any of the courses, they had to actually tell me the courses that they were taking so that I could keep a tally and know when they were going to be attending. And I would actually do a check-in also the week before. And then you guys were able to do the reminders the week of, the day before. So it wasn't really hard to keep anyone accountable because they had the consistent reminders from us as Mintz and Hoke, and they also had the reminders from the 4As. So it was pretty easy to keep people on schedule and to attend.
That's awesome. Now, one thing we also send out on a quarterly basis to subscription agencies, as you know, is the usage report.
Yes.
What is the usage report and how does that help?
Well, it shows for us, I know the one that I get, I can see all participants and what they signed up for and they did, if they missed courses or what they were had in the future, which was really nice because if they missed it, I actually was able then to reach out to them and ask if they, was there an issue with, did they have client work? What was it? And they just said they had completely, some people forgot, some people got too busy, some people didn't know they had a vacation planned. So then they also then made sure then to go into like a future cohort and sign up. And then I know for us, it's always nice to be able to show the senior leaders, a return on investment. I mean, we exceeded what we put into the subscription. So for us to go above and beyond that spend, I mean, that just shows right there and then that so many people took advantage of it and people kept coming back. I think we had people training up until even last week. So it's not like this was that, new shiny toy everyone wanted the first few months because of the new trainings you guys put in throughout the year. There was always something that was grabbing at least two or three people at a time. So it was easy to get that report that you would send us to see how consistent the trainings were happening and how people were consistently taking them.
That's good to hear. Yeah, that quarterly update is provided to every subscription agency. Now, your team has taken a wide range of courses. Which
Yes.
trainings resonated the most, and what kind of shifts or improvements did you notice as people were taking them?
I think one of the most popular ones was conflict resolution. A lot of people enjoyed that it was only one time, it was 2 hours. Michelle Mavi was the instructor I had that a few other people had, and we loved her. She's very personable. I mean, she talks directly to you. She's phenomenal. And I think from there, if you didn't have to be a supervisor, you didn't have to be a people leader, it just really helped you understand how to speak to supervisors, to team members, to clients. So I think people liked the range of, issues that were addressed. And it when I did my training, it was entry level individuals, there were supervisors, there were senior
Hmm.
leaders, and then from there, a few people then did the I know there was like the supervisor training after they did the conflict resolution because they wanted the expanded form of it.
Yes.
And then I know another one was telling great stories. We had a few of our creative people go into that one. And then they then did the delivering great virtual presentations. So I think
Hmm.
what's so nice is that there were so many popular ones, but a lot of them, when you did one, you would realize there was something else that could actually expand
Yeah.
off of the one you just took. So I think the most popular three for us were telling great stories, conflict resolution, delivering great virtual presentations, and media essentials. We've done the past few years with you guys, even outside of the Learning Institute, and that one I know is always really popular for a lot of our media team members.
Yeah, and all those courses are returning for the 2026
Oh,
version of
even
the
better.
subscription plan. So that's great.
Yep.
Michelle is actually on my team, and she does all the conflict resolution essentials. She does all the team leadership certification, and then telling great stories is the great Gwen Hyman. Media
Hmm.
essentials is the fantastic Judy Franks, and delivering great virtual presentations is done by the awesome Gary Duke. So there's multiple voices you get to hear from,
Yep.
including Michelle's. Um, So for agencies that may not have a dedicated learning leader or are trying to introduce training without overloading their operations, because we know we're all busy, what would you share from your experience?
This is the best seamless thing you could even offer a team. There's nothing, you don't need a dedicated person to be in charge between you, Peter, and Awa. You take it out of my hands. I mean, it really, there is not much. I can take full credit, but I really can't because you guys do everything on the back end. You give us the platform so that people can sign themselves up. You are the ones that give the updates on how the trainings are going and who is using what. So it honestly is just, I think, something that every agency our size should do because we all have that on top of mind that we want to provide more trainings to our team members. And quite honestly, we have so much going on, we don't know where to start. And there are so many trainings now available. And because, we know the 4As and you guys have a phenomenal reputation, and then for agency life, like everything just fits so well. So I think any agency within the size that we are, and we're not large, but I feel like we are exceeding the amount that we from these trainings. So I encourage every agency to participate in this.
Awesome. Last question. What, so when you talk about return on investment, you're talking about, are you saving money in the long run? You paid one fee initially, but you've made it up because you've used it a lot. Are
Yep.
people completing the trainings? But we also think about, has there been, like from the production side or from the work side of things, has things improved at the agency? And if so, how have they improved?
I think a lot of team members have taken things with when it came to like delivering great virtual presentations. We had one of our team members talk to two junior members and actually show the slideshow and a few slides from it just to see how you could build and improve what you're currently doing. It doesn't have to be a drastic change. And like any little change and
Mhm.
adjustment, the more and more you do it, the more improvement you'll see. So I think even like the little tips and tricks, I can't even say probably the extent to what everyone has used. I'm sure anyone that's taken the trainings at Mintz and Hoke would say they've learned something. Um, we're going to actually do a big feedback discussion at the end of this year during one of our agency meetings. So I'm happy to share that with you when I get it. But I feel like it just really, I think for people to be able to pick and choose what they want to do, and it's not, I know we have one of our copywriters did a bunch of the trainings. Might not necessarily be what they do day to day, but I think it allowed him to kind of open up his skill set by listening to different trainings that he's done, and now even more so involved in like the AI search. And that was not something he ever thought he'd really get into, but he did because he had the opportunity to sign up for one of the AI courses you guys offered.
That's awesome. And we're expanding our AI offerings. This past year, we did Generative AI Essentials,
Yep.
which is self-paced, and writing and editing in the age of AI, also self-paced. We're adding in the instructor-led Generative AI certification, which is very popular, and we do about 4 times a year. So
That one will be a very popular one among our team members.
exactly. Well, thank you so much, Stephanie, for sharing your insights on what happened with your agency's subscription usage.
Of
And if
course.
anyone is interested in getting more information about the 4A's training subscription plan, please reach out to me, Peter Ham, at PHAMM at 4as.org.